is News 3 Now at 6.
And thanks for joining us tonight. Take a look at the far right side of that graph. That spike shows the 450 new coronavirus cases in Dane County yesterday, shattering a single-day record.
A vast majority of those cases, 390 of them, are students and staff at the UW, which is now, in essence, shut down to in-person classes. The Daily Cardinal is reporting 26 Greek life fraternities and sororities are now under quarantine orders.
We're getting a better picture tonight of why 2 specific dorms have been quarantined as well. Whitty and Celery Halls have positive rates of 10 and 17%, with more tests there to come.
And we have team coverage tonight. Adam Duxter at Library Mall. He's been trying to get answers from university leaders on their rollout, which came late yesterday. But we want to begin with Jamie Perez, speaking with students with an inside look at these 2 residence halls. Jamie?
So we just got some new information within the last 30 minutes that will explain why you see some students coming in and out of this building that is supposed to be on lockdown. So the university sent an email to these students saying that their meals for the day would no longer be delivered in front of their buildings. Instead, they are being sent to Gordon's Dining Hall and Event Center, where they will pick up their meals. Everything else is just as standard. They're still in quarantine. Now, some of the students that I spoke with today says, as far as everything goes inside the building, most people are following all directions. They have RAs on every floor, making sure all of the rules are being followed. But in speaking with some of these students today, it's still a big adjustment to make.
Like waking from a bad dream.
I almost forgot that it was quarantine. I put on my shoes and everything. I was getting ready to go over to Gordon for food.
Tyler Ruth realized this is his reality today.
And then I remember that we can't even leave the building.
Ruth never expected to spend the start of his freshman year trapped inside these 4 walls. He talked with us through his 8th floor bedroom window in Celery Hall.
That there's a couple floors that, like, half the floor tested positive.
The UW told nearly 2,000 students this would be their life for the next 2 weeks, only allowed to leave to get university-provided food.
I know people in Whitty only got a banana and water. That's it.
Predetermined menu. Looks like we're having sandwiches today.
Students standing in line waiting for their lunch today said this is their only opportunity to get some fresh air.
I think once we leave, we have to, we can't come back in.
Inside, it's mostly freshmen, many saying it's quiet. People are staying put, doing schoolwork.
We do value everyone's health and safety. That's the #1 priority, but we'd also really want a full college experience.
But this is the reality for the students who are forced to stay here, missing out on what they dreamt their college experience would be.
Last night, it was kind of people like in the hall saying their last goodbyes, I guess, talking to each other. But other than that, it seems like everyone's pretty much following the rules. I mean,
So that's life inside the dorms as of day 1 of quarantine. We'll obviously keep following this situation as new information develops. But right now, we're going to go to Adam Duxter, who has spent all day trying to talk to university officials to explain the situation. But it seems like he's run into a few obstacles. Adam.
Well, it's just a few hours ago that we were told UW Chancellor Rebecca Blank or anyone else here at the university would not be available for an interview to discuss that decision to put more than 2,000 kids in isolation for more than 2 weeks' time. But a university spokesperson did tell us today, while students are free to leave, the university is against sending them all home at this point in time. Public health officials said today they believe nearly 85% of yesterday's record 456 coronavirus cases in Dane County are linked to students and faculty here at UW-Madison. Today, Madison Mayor Satya Rose Conway challenged students to be safe, saying the well-being of the entire city depends on it.
Most importantly, we need people to make good decisions about what's most important in this time. And I would argue that the health and safety of individuals and our entire community is the most important thing in this time. And I hope that people will make decisions accordingly.
We've been told all students in both Whitty and Celery Halls will be tested for coronavirus today and tomorrow. And as we've already learned today, those students are testing positive at a rate of greater than 10% at both of those residence halls already. And again, the university's top officials not willing to answer questions on camera tonight regarding the decision to quarantine.
Adam Duxter and Jamie Perez reporting on campus tonight. Thank you both.
A state lawmaker is pushing for the UW system to issue a full fee refund to students. Republican Representative Barbara Dietrich of Oconomowoc issued the request last night. She wrote in part, "I urge our UW system in the strongest of terms to meet any impediment to our students' choices of educational options and housing with a full prompt refund." Statewide, there was also a new single-day record for COVID cases, more than 1,500 confirmed over the last day, with roughly a third of those coming from Dane County. DHS has said more than 8,800 people were tested in the past 24 hours, with 17.5% of those tests coming back positive. The 7-day average has also increased to 13.4%.
In other parts of the state, some college students have been suspended for an entire semester after throwing a party off campus. Carroll University in Waukesha told students their code of conduct regarding COVID-19 applies to students on and off campus. But as Mary Jo Ola reports, the students say they didn't know.
We made our guidelines very clear, and we communicated it multiple times in every channel that we could.
Carroll University's president Cindy Nadinger defended the decision to suspend 3 students who hosted an off-campus party. School officials say there was no social distancing or masks. Nadinger says students had to read and sign a statement saying they agreed and understood the new COVID-19 policies.
And we're confident in the decision-making process that went into this. Some people think it's a little harsh. Others think it's right on target.
We talked with the students who hosted the party, which happened days before school resumed. They claim neither the agreement nor code mentioned off-campus events at the time. They also say they even checked with the campus office before inviting people over.
The rules are very vague and very confusing, and it seems that they may or may not have added some things after the fact of our get together.
The students say their futures at the university are uncertain, and while they see the need for repercussions, they feel a semester-long suspension is over the top.
We don't really know how schools will take that when we apply, if we want to leave. If we want to stay, we have to reapply to Carroll, and that could affect with our scholarships.
The university president says their policies have not changed since June. Officials say 20 students who attended the party are in quarantine and will face some type of discipline, but will not be suspended. And be sure to stay with News 3 Now and Channel3000.com as we learn more about the spread of the virus at the UW. And for headlines away from your TV, we invite you to download our free News 3 Now app.
Getting a look outside from our Edgewater Skycam, another rainy September day. Let's see when we can expect it to dry out. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canal.
Well, hopefully we'll start drying out later on tonight. We'll still see a slight chance for a shower, but for the most part, it's just the clouds that'll stick around. Now, notice to the north, though, those skies are clearing across northern and central Wisconsin. That's giving them some sunshine today, but could lead to some frost tonight. You can see across southern Wisconsin, the showers really starting to diminish pretty quickly south and east of Madison. Can't rule out an isolated shower overnight, but again, these temperatures that are on the cool side, only 52 in Madison, 49 in the Dells, will continue to fall, and there is a frost advisory north of the Dells for Juneau and Adams counties from 11 p.m. tonight until 9 a.m. Friday morning. Those areas could clear out and see temperatures drop into the 30s. The rest of us will stay underneath the clouds. Look for temperatures to drop into the middle 40s by early tomorrow morning, and then tomorrow will be a cloudy day with a slight chance of showers later in the afternoon. High temperature at 64. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes some milder weather and also drier weather as we head into next week.
Gary, thank you. Police have arrested a 71-year-old man accused of painting racist and hateful remarks on buildings in the State Street area and UW campus areas late last week. According to an incident report, UW-Madison police identified 71-year-old John Englert by using security camera footage. A number of buildings in the Library Mall area of campus, including the University Bookstore, Extension Building, several city and privately owned properties were affected. A teenager was sent to the hospital with a gunshot wound yesterday after what police are calling a targeted shooting in a Sun Prairie apartment complex. Happened last night at the Foxdale Apartments. That's on Foxdale Drive, about 10:45. When officials arrived on scene, they found a 19-year-old with a gunshot wound to the hand as well as an eye injury. Witnesses described the suspect as a man armed with an AR-15 style rifle. Anyone with information about this incident is asked to contact the Sun Prairie Police Department.
New at 6, 2 people are now facing tentative charges after a string of armed robberies this morning in Janesville. 36-year-old Devontae Wilson, and 29-year-old Leonora Blakely, both of Janesville, have been arrested. Police say they found evidence of the robberies in their vehicle. The pair is accused of robbing several locations this morning, all within about 50 miles of each other. The Quick Trip on East Memorial Drive was first robbed around 5:25 this morning, followed by the Lions Quick Mart, ExxonMobil, and the Walgreens on Milton Avenue Avenue. Police say in each case, the suspect had his face covered, displayed a handgun, and demanded money and cigarettes. New tonight, the Rock County Medical Examiner has released the identity of the semi-driver killed in a crash early yesterday morning. He has been identified as 29-year-old Christopher Rodriguez of Hammond, Indiana. It happened on I-3990 in the town of Fulton around 3:50 in the morning.
Also new tonight, the Madison Police Department is looking for a missing teenager, and they need your help. They say 14-year-old Nijua Daniel ran away from home early this morning. She was last seen at a residence on McKenna Boulevard. She's described as 5'6", black hair, brown eyes. Anyone with information about where she may be is asked to call the Madison Police Department. Still to come tonight, the Trump re-election campaign announces another visit to Wisconsin next week. But first, after more than 22 years in business, a local restaurant closes its doors. That story when we come back.
It's Slumberland's huge Labor Day sale. Get this stylish, comfy sectional for just $9.98 and get the storage ottoman free, or an incredible price on the Sealy Posturepedic Queen mattress and free shipping with no minimum. The Labor Day sale at Slumberland.
If I'm your president, on day one, we'll implement the national strategy I've been laying out since March. We'll develop and deploy rapid tests with results available immediately. We'll make the medical supplies and protective equipment that our country needs. We'll make them here in America. We'll have a national mandate to wear masks, not as a burden, but as a patriotic duty to protect one another. In short, we'll do what we should have done from the very beginning. Our current president has failed in his most basic duty to the nation. He's failed to protect America. And my fellow Americans, that is unforgivable. As president, I'll make you a promise. I'll protect America. I will defend us from every attack, seen and unseen, always, without exception, every time.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
When you shop at Blaine's Farm and Fleet, you'll always find great deals on the things you need. And right now, get even deeper savings store-wide with our lowest prices of the year. Like a free $15 gift card when you buy select bags of Hill's dog or cat food. All Carlisle specialty tires are 15% off. Farm and Fleet walnut halves or pieces are just $3.99. Plus, buy online and pick up your items in our convenient drive-thru. And don't miss out on our lowest prices of the year.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Incredible savings on mattresses during the big Sealy sale now at Slumberland. Get a Sealy Queen mattress as low as $99 or a luxurious Sealy Posturepedic for $9.99 plus free shipping. The big Sealy sale at Slumberland.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Investigators are still trying to find out what caused a barn to catch fire last night in Sun Prairie. This was on County Road VV. First reported about 7:30. In total, crews from 17 fire departments helped fight the fire for more than 4 hours, using more than 171,000 gallons of water. A home near the barn was damaged, but no one was injured in the fire. On the 19th anniversary of 9/11, Governor Tony Evers has signed an executive order ordering the flags of the United States and Wisconsin be flown at half-staff tomorrow in honor of the nearly 3,000 lives lost in the attacks that day. The governor is also encouraging anyone who wants to participate in the State Day of Service to do so safely by following all DHS recommendations.
Today is World Suicide Prevention Day. It's a day that takes on a new meaning during the pandemic. Doctors are concerned that we may be facing a mental health crisis following a study by the CDC. The study found that around 11% of adults contemplated suicide just in the past month. Medical professionals say that elements of the pandemic could be playing a role.
It's impacting people's sleep, their mental well-being, their substance use, their rest and exercise, all of which is resulting in worse mental illness.
The CDC's findings show that outcomes are worse among young people, essential workers, and communities of color. Psychiatrist Frederick Langheim says we should try to support each other during this time. He urges those who are struggling with their mental health to seek professional help.
New at 6, a longtime Middleton restaurant has closed its doors effective today. According to a post on Vinsanto's website, they say due to the current restrictions imposed on businesses, it is not possible for them to continue. Vinsanto has been in Middleton for more than 22 years. years. Still to come tonight, the Wisconsin Supreme Court ordering a hold on the mailing of absentee ballots. Plus, both the president and one of his sons making planned campaign stops in Wisconsin next week. We'll have the details.
Plus, after what has been a soggy week so far, Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti will let us know when we will start drying out. Your first warn forecast is next.
In the race for a vaccine, the finish line is approaching. Safety protocols in place, and the greatest economy the world has ever seen coming back to life. But Joe Biden wants to change that.
I would shut it down.
Why would we ever let Biden kill countless American businesses, jobs, and our economic future when President Trump's great American comeback is now underway?
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Score big this weekend with huge savings during Steinhaffel's 3-day scratch-off sale. Start with savings of 35% store-wide, plus scratch off and save up to an extra 10% off. Plus, get free in-carton shipping and special financing for 60 months. Don't drop the ball. This is the best time to score big savings on the largest selection of quality furniture and mattresses for every budget. Get into the game this weekend and scratch off to save. Only at Steinhaffel's.
Don't miss these great deals at Govan Cars Grand Opening Sale. 2017 Nissan Sentras, Hyundai Elantras, and Kia Fortes for only $99.95 or $159 per month.
That's right. Buy a 2017 Nissan Sentra, Hyundai Elantra, or Kia Fortes for only $99.95 or $159 per month. So just hurry in today and just ask for my dad, Don the Dealman Govan.
Or my daughter, Crystal the Pistol Govan.
You gotta go to Govan, GovanCars.com.
I was sworn into the United States Senate in a hospital. My wife and daughter had been killed in an automobile crash. And lying in the bed were my 2 little boys. I couldn't have imagined what it would have been like if I didn't have insurance to cover them immediately and fully. 40 years later, one of those little boys, my son Bo, was diagnosed with terminal cancer, given months to live. I can't fathom what would have happened if the insurance companies had the power to say, last few months, you're on your own. The fact of the matter is, healthcare is personal to me. Obamacare is personal to me. When I see the President of the United States try to eliminate this healthcare in the middle of a public health crisis, that's personal to me too. We've got to build on what we did because every American deserves affordable healthcare. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. The Wisconsin Supreme Court has ordered that no absentee ballots be mailed until it gives the go-ahead as it tries to determine who will be on the ballots. Today's order came in a lawsuit filed by Green Party presidential candidate Howie Hawkins, who asked the court to take up his challenge of a Wisconsin Elections Commission decision keeping him off the ballot. Rapper Kanye West, in a separate case, is also trying to get on the ballot after the commission rejected him. The deadline to start sending out absentee ballots is September 17th. Earlier today, Wisconsin Elections Commission Administrator Megan Wolf shared an update on the success of an informational mailer sent out to explain the different ways to vote in the general election: at the polls, in-person absentee, and absentee by mail. That was sent to 2.65 million voters on September 1st. The mailer is prompting voters to ask questions now to make sure they're prepared for the November election.
We had about 5,000 calls to the Wisconsin Elections Commission and the call center that was assisting us between September 2nd and September 8th. So that doesn't even include the last 2 days. And then in terms of emails, there were more than 3,500 emails that were received and responded to by the WEC staff.
In that same time frame between September 2nd and the 8th, more than 26,000 Wisconsin voters updated their voter registration information. Now, Wolf says that may not be a direct result of the informational mailer because there have been lots of social media campaigns going on encouraging people to update their voter information.
President Trump and his son, Donald Trump Jr., will both be visiting Wisconsin. The president will hold an event at Central Wisconsin Aviation in Menominee on Friday. Donald Trump Jr. will visit Rothschild on Tuesday. The NFL is back tonight. Patrick Mahomes and the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs take on J.J. Watt and the Houston Texans in front of about 16,000 spectators in Arrowhead Stadium tonight. All fans must wear masks and stay inside assigned stadium zones. There are also new rules for players and coaches, which include frequent testing. Ahead of tonight's matchup, the league is planning social justice initiatives. The Chiefs and Texans are expected to do a show of unity together before the game. Then before all the games this week, the NFL is also planning on playing Lift Every Voice and Sing, which is considered the Black national anthem before games. Players will also be wearing decals on their helmets to honor victims of systemic racism and police brutality.
Another cool and rainy one out there. Gary has the latest in his first warn forecast.
Can't last forever, right? Well, I thought it'd be gone today, but it really hasn't gone away. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. We should see just a slight chance of showers overnight, and there'll be some patchy fog, but there also could be some patchy frost in areas north of the Dells, where areas may clear out and temperatures may dip into the 30s. But clouds will remain for tomorrow. It'll stay mainly dry during the day, maybe a slight chance of a shower late in the afternoon, and then showers, isolated thunderstorms from tomorrow night into Saturday, at least through the morning hours. Maybe afternoon, the rain will come to an end. We could set another record today for the coldest high temperature for the day. We've set them over the last 2 days. Today, so far, the record low high temperature is 54, set back in 1924. We've been to 53, but I don't even think we've made it up to 54 so far. 24-hour precipitation from the rain, not very heavy. Most areas less than a quarter of an inch of rain, a few half-inch amounts, perhaps toward northern Grant County. But most of the showers now are shifting to the south and east, which means that other than the isolated shower chance overnight, most areas will probably stay dry. But the northern part of the state is starting to clear out. Future track precipitation through early Sunday morning showing about a half-inch to locally an inch over southern Wisconsin. There might be some areas that pick up over an inch in a heavier thunderstorm. Otherwise, as we check out the frost advisories, they are in effect tonight from 11 p.m. until 9 a.m. for Juneau and Adams counties, as well as areas to the north, and a freeze warning in effect for northwestern Wisconsin and northeastern Minnesota, where temperatures could dip into the 20s. Low temperatures last night were in the middle to upper 30s through southern Wisconsin or northern Wisconsin, but you can see a few places north and west of Superior, generally in the lower 30s and a few places into the upper 20s. Current temperatures are actually warmer in the northwestern part of the state, where there has been some sunshine, compared to the southern part of the state, where we're stocked underneath the clouds. You can see that on Weather Track, but notice the clearing up to the north. As that sags southward, that's what could lead to some frost in the far northern parts of our viewing area. The rest of us are going to be protected by clouds, so that should not be an issue. But the rain is starting to move out. High pressure is located just to the north of us right now, but the air is very chilly across much of the Midwest. If you look at current temperatures, they're in the 50s underneath that cloud cover. Notice where there's some sunshine, temperatures are in the upper 60s to lower 70s to our north and west. And then south of a stationary front, temperatures are in the upper 80s south of the Ohio River, but that's not going to come our way anytime soon. Frost advisory from 11 p.m. until 9 a.m. tomorrow morning for Juneau and Adams counties north of the Dells. For tomorrow, look for a high of 64 degrees. It'll be cloudy and dry for much of the day, maybe a chance for a shower late in the afternoon. And again, those rainfall amounts that will move in from tomorrow night into Saturday and Saturday night, probably around a half-inch. A few areas could pick up close to an inch in a heavier thunderstorm. But once those showers and storms move out Saturday, we're looking for dry weather Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I did have to add a chance for a shower Thursday afternoon into Friday, but that's iffy. Next weekend should be dry.
And coming up in sports, you couldn't have scripted a better year one for Matt LaFleur in Green Bay. But why the head of the Packers isn't looking back. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Families are reeling right now, enduring illness, losing their employers' plans in droves. They need lifelines now. My plan lowers healthcare costs, gets us universal coverage quickly when Americans desperately need it. This is my promise to you. When I'm president, I will take care of your health care coverage and your family the same way I would my own. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Steel roofing from Menards stands up to the worst Mother Nature can dish out. It resists hail, up to 200-mile-an-hour winds, and snow and ice simply slide off. Menards Steel Roofing has a lifetime warranty and is the choice of more and more homeowners in the Midwest because it's the last roof they'll ever need. Available in the store or on Menards.com. All steel roofing is 11% off. Save with 11% off everything at Menards.
Save big money.
With Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go, kids eat free in September. In celebration of National Family Meals Month, get a free kids meal with entree. Because families who eat together have kids who do better in school. Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go makes eating together easy. Just order online and get no-contact curbside pickup or delivery. Choose from Chinese, sushi, fried chicken, lasagna, enchiladas, burgers, pizza, and more. Plus, get a free kids meal with entree in September. Order Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go today.
At Papa Murphy's, we make fresh pizza that you bake at home. Because home is where the fun is. For a limited time only, get the Combo Magnifico Pizza for just $10. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
A job's about a lot more than a paycheck. It's about your dignity. Under my plan, 50% of emergency small business relief would be reserved for the smallest businesses to recover from the economic mess we're in and to rebuild the economic future our country deserves. Building wealth for families of color. Building a future worthy of their courage and their ambition. Just imagine if we could truly unleash their full potential. I'm confident we can do this. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Friday morning, Hattie will have a look at your weekend forecast.
And Friday marks the 19th anniversary of the 9/11 terror attacks. We'll show you how local fire departments are marking the day and how you can help make a difference. That's tomorrow morning.
If you would have told Matt LaFleur that in his first year as a head coach in the NFL, he not only would win a division title, but play in an NFC championship game, he probably would have said you're crazy. And it was even better than that. For LaFleur, the Packers went undefeated in the North, sweeping the Bears, Lions, and Vikings, their Week 1 opponent. But in true coach speak, LaFleur's not looking back. He's just on to Minnesota.
We're not focused on anything that's other than what's in front of us. And we know we got a great challenge in front of us going into somebody else's stadium, whether there's fans or no fans. That's a playoff football team that was, right there with us at the end of the season.
11 Division I men's and women's hockey conferences are delaying the start to their season, and that includes the Big Ten Conference and the WCHA, which means the Badger men's and women's hockey teams will have to wait to drop the puck. The men announced yesterday that they're taking 2 weeks off from workouts, along with the football team, due to positive COVID tests. Since June 8th, 58 Badger athletes have tested positive under the UW athletic testing, while an additional 25 athletes tested positive at testing sites outside of athletics. So that's a total of 83 since June 8th.
And just as we're missing fall sports and football, eyes on winter sports as well.
Seeing that slide, which
we'll see what happens.
You don't want to see.
No, we don't want to see it. Zach, thank you. Let's go to Gary. Final check of the forecast.
This is one thing we do want to see. We want to see the showers moving out, and they are right now, but temperatures are on the cool side, upper 40s to lower 50s for the most part. There's a frost advisory for Juneau and Adams counties tonight into early tomorrow morning. Look for a high of 64 for tomorrow with a late day shower possibility. Shower or thunderstorm chance Saturday, and then dry weather for much of next week other than from late Thursday into Friday.
All right, Gary, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.